Alright, so after creating our database table, so now it's time to start filling it with our course details, the subtitle, price, and so on and so forth. We have to fill it here. So how can we connect to our database from our plugin and insert data here? So this is the subject of this lecture. Alright, so let me just go back to my index.php page or file, and let's go over here down below, and I'm gonna create a new comment, and let's call it save data, save course details to database. Alright, so let's get down to work. First, I'd like to add another function, so we're always starting with a function. So let's call this function save custom, or save custom fields. Yes, custom fields. So these are the custom fields that I'm talking about, these. Of course, details, anything you like. So this is just the name of the function. Alright, so let's open the parentheses and let's jump right down. Alright, so I'm gonna start again with the global WordPress database, WP-DB, because we're making the connection to the database. We can start by inserting some, let me just WordPress again, WP-DB, and let's connect it. Let's do insert. So this is the insert function. So let's insert something. So this is the insert function. So inside it, the first parameter is going to be the name of the table that you want to insert data into it. So we can, for example, write it this way. We can just write, let me just, what's the name of that table? Let me check. So it's here on the top. So WP LMS course detail. We can just copy this, copy it, and let's paste it here inside. So this is the name of the table that you want to insert data into it. But like I said before, this WP is a little bit tricky. So there is no need to include it, but actually we need to include the prefix, because like I said in the previous lecture, we might have a different WP. It could be DB or something else. So we need to give the permission to WordPress to take care of that for us. So let me just write down WP-DB, and let's connect it to the prefix, and I'm gonna hit point so that you can, so this is the name of the, let me just add a comment here. So database table name. Now let's keep everything uppercase. Alright, so let's go down. So for the second parameter is gonna be the information that we want to insert. So we need to open the square brackets like this, and let's go down. So the first element, of course, is gonna be, for example, you can choose ID. Let's start with ID first. So I'm gonna put it like this. So ID, and we can connect it to the following. So let's insert, for example, this. We can add number 1. Yes, this is just we're just testing if it's gonna be working or not once we click on save or update the post. Alright, so let's go down, and for the second element I'd like to add, for example, price, and let's insert, for example, $99.99. Alright, so let's save that. Alright, so we got our save custom field function. So all we have to do right now is to run it or to execute it. So what I would actually do is to execute it once we press, or once we hit update, publish or update. So in order to do that, we need to use the, let's add action first, add action hook, and inside it we need to use the hook that we're going to be using is the save post. So I think that's simple, that's straightforward. So save post, and for the second function, so basically the function that we want to execute once our post is saved is this one, the save custom fields. Alright, so let's paste it here and let's close that with the semicolon. Let's do save, but also we need to check if it should not be inserted automatically. So it should be inserted only when we press update or publish. So I'm doing some refresh here to see if we have any bugs. As you can see, our row is empty. Alright, so let's go ahead and do an update. Alright, so we did that. Let's do refresh here, and as you can see, we got it. So we got our ID number 1, and the price is 100. Let me check. This price is $90.99, not 100. So I think it has to do with the type, this integer. Yes, int. So it must be a float or something like that. You know what? Let me change the type of our price to text. Can just keep it as text. Alright, so let's save that, but what we need to do right now is to delete the entire table. So let's go here to our website. I'm going to be selecting this WordPress LMS course details, and let's delete it, drop it. It's good we saw that problem, that bug. Alright, so we deleted that. Let's go back and let's deactivate our plugin and activate it so that we can create that database table again. So let's activate it. So let's do refresh. As you can see, it's created, which is good. All right, so let's go ahead and do an update here. All right, so let's go to our database table and let's refresh, and as you can see, we got it. So it's not right now a number, it's a text, but we can easily use that as a variable, as a number variable in PHP. It's not a big deal. We just want to save the data here. So now as you can see, we have 99.99. All right, so let's go back and let's start inserting real data. Also, I'd like to explain something. I would like to explain this primary key. So what's gonna happen if we press update again? What's gonna happen? So the ID is the same, it's gonna stay 1, but since our ID is the primary key, so it cannot be the same. We won't gonna be having 2 rows with the same ID. So the problem is it won't gonna do it. It's gonna stay just 1 ID. Let me just show you. We can update again, and we can, if we do refresh, you can see it's gonna stay the same. But in case we do this, in case we change this ID to 2 and save, and if we do an update here, we're going to be able to see that. We're going to be able to see the second row. All right, so now let's start inserting real data. So this is just an example. So what I'd like to do is to get the ID of our post. So in order to do that, we're going to be using a WordPress function. So this is why WordPress is really useful. So I'd like to go back to these input fields just so that I can show you the post number, or the post ID. So here, let's do it. I'm going to just echo just to test. So echo hello. Echo is print, by the way. Hello. So I'm gonna save and let's do refresh here, and we gotta see the hello. Yes, we got it here, the hello. Alright, and also we have this one. I'm gonna just delete this one. Alright, so here we can write the ID. So actually the ID, in order to get it, you can just type, let's go down and echo get the title. Not the title, get the ID. Yes, sorry. Get the ID, and let's close that. So now WordPress is going to be printing the ID of this post, of this course. So let's do refresh and let's take a look. And as you can see, it's 9. So the post type number is 9. All right, so let's insert that. It's going to be dynamically inserted. So I'm going to just delete it, or just copy it first from here. Copy, get the ID. I'm going to just delete everything from here. And let's go back to our database. So here, instead of doing it static versus dynamic, I'm going to be putting it like this. So get the ID. But not sure if it's gonna work this way. You know what, let's just create a variable. So let's add a variable, let's call it ID, and let's make it equal to this. And here we can just put this ID, the variable. So let's copy it from here and let's paste it right here. All right, so let's save and let's do refresh. I would like to refresh with a different amount, so 47.99. I like this price. So let's save it and let's do refresh here. Let's do refresh. Also, let's refresh our database. We got nothing. So let's update and let's take a look. And there we go. So we got our actual ID, the ID of the course, which is 9 of course. All right, so now we got our first step completed. So what we need to do right now is to add, for example, the real price. So this one, the custom post type price, this one. So in order to do this, we're going to be relying on this name. So for example, let's give it a specific let's call it input, or just price. I don't think it's going to be duplicated. So we gave the name of our input. Keep in mind that. So in our input, we gave the name of price. We're going to be using this one later on down below. All right, so let me just go here and let's create a new variable. Let's call it price, and let's make it equal to the following, which is the post. So $dash post must be in uppercase, and inside square brackets, let's put that name, which is, let me put it here, which is price. All right, so now we got that variable. So we converted that HTML input into a real variable. So anything that's going to be typed over there, it's going to be here. It's going to be inside this price variable, of course. All right, so here what I'd like to do is to just copy this variable and let's paste it here. All right, so now we're good. But actually what we need to do is to delete this row, because like I said, it won't going to be duplicated. So this ID should be just once. So I'm going to just delete this one. All right, and let's go back and let's give it, for example, this post, I'm going to give it a different price. For example, 200 or 199.99. All right, so let's see if this value is going to be saved or not. So let's go to update and let's go to our database, click on the course details, and I don't think it's, no, we did a mistake, so there is a problem. Let's go back here and let's check. Alright, so the problem that I did is I forget to add this comma, so you need to add it. So let's save and let's go back here and let's do refresh. So let me put this price, so let me put the price here, so $299.99. Let's go ahead and do an update. Alright, so let's select this one, and as you can see we got it. We got our ID, which is 9, and the price, which is $299.99. So as you can see, this method is working perfectly. All we have to do right now is to do it for the other stuff, for the other inputs. So first we have this one, which is the subtitle. I'm gonna just copy it. But you know what? It must be lowercase. So subtitle. Alright, the price, we already added the name of that. Here we have the video trailer. I'll just write video. And here the curriculum, we can name it content. Content, like this. Alright, so let's go down below and let's add all those variables. So down below here, I'm gonna just copy this one and paste it 3 times. So let's paste first one, second one, and the third. So we have the price, we have the content, which is here, I forgot about that. Over here we have subtitle. Subtitle, you can just copy it, it's the same name. And lastly we got the video. The video, I'm gonna just copy it and paste it here. What about the content? Let me check. Yes, we set it to curriculum and content. Yes, we're good. Could just add some tabs here to make everything organized, like this. Same thing for this one. Alright, so let's do the same thing here. I'm gonna just copy this line and let's paste it here. So first 3 times, 2 and 3. Alright, so we have the video, we paste it here and put it also here. We have the subtitle. So keep in mind that these are the names of the table, of the database table. So these have the video, price, content. So subtitle, here we have content. Let me just copy it and paste it here. It's the same. Subtitle, Control C, Control V. Video is video, subtitle, content, price is price. Alright, so let's add some tabs. Just pressing the tab on the keyboard to give it some space. Alright, so now we're good to go. All we have to do is to test this out. So let's go back here. I'm gonna just delete this post because, like I said, we cannot add another row that has the same ID. So we're gonna be fixing this one in the coming lecture. We're gonna be doing an update to that line of database. Alright, so let's go here, let's do refresh. And let's insert some data. So this is our subtitle. Right down below we can write a price, which is 29. Down below video price we can say YouTube. And here for the content we can say section versus lecture. It's just a text, just a test. Alright, so let's do an update. And as you can see, we can see nothing here. Kind of fixing that also. Let's click here, and as you can see, we got it. So we got here the ID. The title is missing. We gotta fix the title. The subtitle, we got it. The video, we got it to YouTube. Gonna put a link, the price, and the content. For the thumbnail, we don't need it right now. So, but we need the title. For the title, we're gonna be using the same function. So we use this function to get the ID. We can add another function to get the title. So let me write here title. Oops, title. Okay, so let's make it equal to the following: get the title. The post title. Simply straightforward. Alright, so let's close that with a semicolon like this, and let's give it another try. So you're gonna see a weird thing happening right now. So let's just delete this row. I'm gonna just delete it. Actually, you aren't gonna be able to see it right now. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we can just name the price $10, and let's go ahead and update. So since that's gonna be dynamically added, so let me just check. Yes, we didn't add any title whatsoever. Let's just add a title. Well, actually we have it, which is course number 1. Yes, it should be visible. Why is that? Get the title. Actually, we didn't add it here. That's a big fail. Let's just copy this line and paste it here, and let's say title. So keep in mind that the first element here is this one. Title, it must be the same. And let's set it to title here, which is the top variable, this one. Alright, so let's save, let's go back, let's delete that row, which is deleted, and let's do an update. So we gotta see course number 1. Yes, we got it. And as you can see, everything is empty because these fields are empty. So we gotta figure out a way to keep those, to show them here so that we can hit update, gonna be inserting that data, but also we don't need to keep deleting this row. So this is the subject of the next coming lecture. We're gonna fix those in the next coming lecture. So see you soon.